Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for coming back for the second episode of this series. And I'm sorry I took so long to basically get back and redo it. But I wanted to, you saw the fly back from the, what do you call it, the mushroom biome that I was at, and I got the dogs and actually a couple moo cows, and I put them, my main base is over the hill here, but I will show that maybe later another day. But now I wanted to work on what I referred to as my trading hall. Now I got this design off, I don't know, Google search and Pinterest with the walls, and so I just double layered it. And I'll go inside in a second, and I want to. You saw me mining a whole bunch of copper, or you will, because I had to. I want to outline the top. See, I just make things up as I go along. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to need to work on the copper, but so this way it's like this all the way around here, and this whole area from like there, it's like a horseshoe that goes all around there to there. It's all like big snowy mountains. I'll do a flyby eventually and show you. And there's a geo down right down below there, and this is the same all the way around. So I built these not long ago, filled all the villages finally, and got every single villager trade that you can have, whether I use them or not, doesn't matter. And I'm just going to slowly work on it over time. And I mentioned, sorry about my voice if it does come across craggy. I have been very fluey for the last couple of weeks, so it's just sort of starting to get over that now, even though I'm still coughing randomly. So yeah, it's a work in progress, the outside, the doorway, and everything. But this is what it's like inside. I made it dual layer, so you can do it any way you want. And yeah, so each of the cells has villages in there. From here all the way around to roughly sort of there, you see the last lectern is all librarians, each with the top tier trade for each enchanted book. These ones are farmers, so to do the potatoes, pumpkins, melons, and all that sort of stuff there to get emeralds. These ones all the way around here at the top are all the different ones. So you got clerics, masons, and all those sorts of fun various ones. These ones on the back shelf here don't have a trade. They're there just to fill up any voids that I have that I go along and decide to if I need more butchers or for anything else. These have all been zombified and cured, which took forever to do because I do not have any potion stuff left, and I had to specifically spend a whole heap of time doing it. But they all give the cheapest trades they can. Could they be better? Probably. And a lot of them I haven't traded all the way through, but they do offer their discounts and go from there. So eventually, this is going to be all built up to be, I don't know, as a figure out as I go along, and better lighting, enchanting setup, just temporarily here. Not that I really use it. And the roof I just put on, or this center part of the roof, which I'll go up and show you as best as I can. This again, I took off just a Pinterest Google search, and I think it's pretty cool. So it's just like the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, for example. You can see that there. Probably not the best, but I quite like it. So what I want to do now is go around the outside here, these parts here, and just put copper stairs and copper tiles. You can see I've done sort of an outer layer. I've used every single bit of copper I had and had to go mining for hours just to get more. And I searched the wiki, sorry, and it said that copper was most prevalent on Y level 47, I think it was. So I did a whole bunch of branch mining all the way along, just random directions everywhere, trying to get it as much as I can. This is what I've ended up with, which is probably quite a lot, but hopefully enough. So I'm going to do that, and we'll try, like you would have seen the time lapse with me riding back on the Ghast. This Ghast, actually Ghast is over there, the one that I rode back in. That's my iron farm. These two are just randomly ones I started with. I know I don't need to tether them, but I just want to for now. And yeah, when it comes to the copper, I'm not fussed about aging it or having it a certain color. I like the progression of putting it on as the the copper, the bronzy copper color, and then just watching it age over time. This has been here quite some time, as you can tell, because it's fully aged. So that's the plan with that one. I was just mucking around with different things, and I tried stone stairs. Tried various different things, but I mean, I just think copper looks best at the moment. Then I thought, well, I've got a Guardian farm. I should have just done it with Prismarine or something like that. But it doesn't matter. We'll just go along. Hopefully, it's enough. If not, we'll work it out and go from there. I shouldn't waste this, I suppose. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll start, and then if I could get as much finish as I can, I will. I wanted to point out too, because watching a couple of the videos about how hot bars, this is a pretty silly topic, but everyone sets their hot bars up differently. This is how I set mine up standard every single time. So I always have the two picks at the end here, one Silk Touch, one Fortune. Swap back and forth, and I always go in this order. I always go my sword, shovel, axe, and then I'll have the bow or crossbow there when I need to, and rockets here, or swap them over as I need to. And I always have food here, and I always try to have a minimum of 2 torch stacks here. These I sort of carry with me as just genuine, always usually need a boat, shears, got a whole bunch of stuff in there, and I'm trying to work out bundles, although, yeah, I find them confusing from time to time. So, yeah. But I'm going to get working on this, and I will come back after I've finished. Well, that's not how it was supposed to be. So, you would have seen from that time lapse, I put the roof here one level higher, which is actually how I originally designed it over there. And then I must have went to the others when I started the other spots, doing it one spot lower, and actually quite liked it lower, looking from the perspective of up there. When I came underneath to do the bottom halves, I realised it wasn't right. So I just took that out, as you would have seen in the time lapse, hopefully, if it works correctly. And now I'm just going to put this section in one bit lower. So it's not how it originally was, but it's fine because it still looks pretty cool either way. So that's, yeah, that's the joys of building on the fly, I guess, but that's what I like about it. So I'll go through and fix this up as I plan to. So I had to go through so much copper to get this, and this is pretty much going to use all of my supply. And copper used to be one of those things that used to, when it first came out, I took it all the time. Like coal, I can't go past coal in a mine without mining it. It's just old school. Like you just had to get as much coal as you can. And it's I'd use all my furnaces and everything, even though I know there's more sources of fuel than just coal. But yeah, copper. This in the last 6 months, I've got it here and there, but I haven't made a point of getting it every time, and now I sort of regretted it because now I've pretty much run out after this. But yeah, see how it goes. I'm going to do this bit and be back in a minute. Okay, I'm not sure if I had my microphone in front of me the last one, so I apologise if the audio was a little bit off on there. I think one good advantage of having the lower here is that originally the directions north, south, east, and west were shining through. So those half slabs would have been a little bit higher, so you would have seen them. But I think it kind of looks better this way, so I'm going to leave it like that for now. And yeah, just keep doing it like this for now. And I think it looks slightly better, so I'll keep it that way. Cover them up like that, and go around and do that. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's going to look pretty cool. And as it ages, it'll take a while to age. Then I think, oh, when I was doing it, I actually quite liked the original copper, so maybe I should have, what do you call it? Waxed it. But it's alright. If I change my mind, I can always go through and do it later. But at the end of the day, if it's that greeny copper thing, that's fine as well. I don't really care. Now I need to work out how to do the sides and the bottom, decorate, just do those sorts of things. Oh, this is covered up anyway. Actually, I did this as I was going along. Managed to get under it fairly well. So that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. It's very, very interesting. And I love it. It's dark enough with these shaders. It looks perfect. And obviously, as I said before, I want to get rid of all these torches and make it a little bit more interesting lighting and put something around here. I don't know what. There is some under these stairs. There's some storage for different things, so that I was trading with, and I haven't done anything. I'm not sure, but there will be storage under these other ones. I don't know what for, just as we go along. And you would have seen these villages, as I mentioned, I think last time. I got 2 from each biome, and yeah, as I said, the swamp and jungle ones, I think they are. I had to take villagers there, breed them, and bring them back, which is why the happy gas was so valuable. Because even though it was slow as hell, to do that made it so much easier. The only thing I don't like is see how these protrude. It's not that I also don't like it. It's also an interesting sort of thing as well. So whilst it's not perfect, at least it's sort of like stop saying like. At least it's interesting, and it's not perfect, which is good. I think it's interesting that it steps out. I think sometimes when I watch Minecrafters or like Hermitcraft, for example, they concentrate too much on that thing, and that's fine. But just to me, I could not be bothered worrying about the small little things. Like it's the imperfections I think that make a lot of Minecraft builds good. Oh, I just realised I wasted all my copper doing this when I needed trapdoors. I have not even done that part yet, but that'll wait till another episode or later on. Oh, I'm such an idiot because it took me so long to get that copper, and now I'm gonna have to do twice as much mining just to get that. But we'll get it done. That's it for now for that part. So yeah, I will show you my base pretty quickly. Actually, I need some more rockets before I get any further. But yeah, it's going along pretty cool, and I just make things up as I go along. So I do the same sort of thing with my ender chest, important things. I always make sure I've got a box of ender pearls, a box of rockets, a box of food, box of torches, and that's sort of this time. And you know, the usual redstone box, which I'm not a redstone person, I don't like it, but it is essential, so I carry them for such occasions. Yeah. So my base, as I said before, it's mainly centered in here. You've got the standard iron farm, which is not perfect. It's pretty basic, but I built it to begin with. Took me a long time to get the villagers up here and the zombies. I hate moving that sort of stuff, but anyway, it's done. It's very productive. It works well. Over here, these are the normal farms. So the carrots, potatoes, pumpkins. No, carrots, potatoes, wheat, and what's the other one? Beetroot. They all go into. Oh, almost crashed and burned then. They all go into a spot down here because originally I had all my farmer villages in here. However, when I moved over there, I just left it here because this is where they all go into. That knocking, that burning you can hear in the lava is the overflow from these chests. Some of them, you know, the carrots and potatoes are full. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. And likewise, the pumpkins and melons go into those ones. And I have an automatic pumpkin and melon farm there. Just the smasher one. So that goes there. Gets fed by minecart into down below. What else have I got? Yeah, these were decorative now. Well, they're decorative now, but these crops were productive to start with, so I used them to breed things as that Abigasta came back from the Mushroom Island on. This will all be decorated eventually, but you know, you've got the chickens, all the different 3 types, which is cool. The 3 types of pigs, which is awesome. Now the 4 types of cows, including the mushroom cows, which I completely forgot about. So I'm glad I went to the Mushroom Island and got a couple of them. And these sheep, and these all have the clippers things going, so they all pour into here. Some of them are full, so no doubt I need to empty them out and probably put a lot more shears in there, but I'll get to that eventually. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this stuff back. Oh, and a very sort of basic sugarcane farm. But it works okay, and I need to pretty all that up eventually. And this was my first sort of house. Like as I said, this server is 6 months old. So originally I started with the village, close to 00 that way. But I wanted to build somewhere interesting, so I came over here and just started this house. Actually, I'll just sleep quickly. So this had a little bit more in here. So this is when I was mining for, oh God, what do you call that stuff? Netherite. The netherite armor and all my gear. So that's how I did a whole bunch of TNT. I built a mob farm to get that as well. And I have a villager breeder, so a couple of villagers hidden in the mountain up there, that they all come down into here. This used to be water. And when I need villagers, I replace that with water, gets filtered there, and then I rail them out to wherever they need to go from there. Okay. I need some help because with the flashback mod, because I've got it installed and I've tried to do a couple time lapses and things, and you know what flashback mod does. So if anyone watching this does tutorials, can you please do a tutorial for me on how to use it? Because I really want to be able to use it, and I struggle. And I've watched some videos, but there's not a lot of videos out there on how to run flashback mod. So yeah, I need a really for dummies sort of guide on how to go about it. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this pretty simple then and just do the bare basics. So it's going to be a very, very short episode, but that's fine because that way I can get out next episode and do some more. But yeah, guide me in the way of flashback mod videos, please. So this is, if you haven't guessed it, my storage area. It's not complete, and it's as we go along. So these are all automatic storage, the usual Impulse SV storage systems. Down the end, these are just normal barrels, so there's nothing automatic behind them. I will eventually probably do automatic storage for these. It was just when I started out doing them, I didn't have a lot, so I didn't have a lot of storage space, so I just put them in their own individual ones. Because do you put diamond ores and diamond blocks and then diamond this and then you know what I mean? Like that's the conundrum with every single block in Minecraft. So I'm just going to try and do it generalized because I don't want to have a massive system. This is pretty massive, but I don't want to do much more than this. An automatic smelter, super smelter. I'm thinking along here, just go back that way. I don't often have them, and I know this is not the most stylish of places, but I like to have it this. So storage there. The bee farm here. This also needs to be fixed up, obviously. That all goes into down the bottom there. Standard sort of system goes that way. But yeah, if you could figure out or let me know a flashback mod tutorial guide, that would be fantastic, and I can figure it out from there. Again, ending this episode for now, it's not what I wanted to be, but I'm learning again, and it's been fun. So please comment, let me know, and guide me in the right direction. But for now, I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.